Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel once again. The Batman is now less than a month away and I cannot wait. My excitement is over the roof and I honestly cannot remember the last time I was so excited for a movie. With every new trailers and TV spots, my hype is just growing exponentially. I very strongly feel that not only will this movie be the best Batman movie ever, but I also feel that this will be the best comic book movie ever in a way that it will impact a lot of comic book movies and TV shows in the future. This movie, or let's say this entire The Batman trilogy, will indeed be the true resurrection of DC movies, which have been kind of a mess since 2017's Justice League. I am going to discuss and explain everything in this video. Before starting, I would like to quickly remind you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Each and every subscription of yours motivates me to work harder and bring you better and better contents. So, as I was saying, that the Batman will indeed be the true game changer for DC and Warner Brothers going forward. Here are some of the reasons as to why I feel that way. Number 1. The Batman might be in fact the best Batman movie, and will be one of the best comic book movies ever to be made. If you have watched the trailers, it is totally evident that this movie is going to have some of the best cinematography among all the Batman movies made so far. From everything I have seen, this movie looks gorgeous. Each and every shot from the trailers looks like it has been taken out straight from the pages of a comic book, and can be used as wallpaper. This movie has a strong comic book kind of feel, even though it maintains its dark, gritty, and grounded nature. If required, I am sure this Batman universe can incorporate some supernatural Batman villains in the future, like Clayface or Killer Croc in the sequels. Almost everyone agrees that The Dark Knight is the best Batman movie to be made till date, and in fact it is also arguably the best comic book movie ever to be made. But I think The Batman will be a better Batman movie than The Dark Knight. Yes, I said it. The Dark Knight, while being a great movie, undoubtedly didn't feel quite like a Batman movie. It felt more like a regular crime thriller with some big characters thrown in from DC Comics. Everything in this movie felt generic, from the Gotham to the costume designs of the characters. There is no way Superman's Metropolis or Aquaman's Atlantis could exist in the Dark Knight universe. Some of you might have loved the ultra-realistic approach, but for me, it felt kind of boring and generic. However, I absolutely loved Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker. He is still my favorite comic book villain in live action. But I think the Batman starring Robert Pattinson will have everything that The Dark Knight didn't have, plus everything that The Dark Knight did have. It looks gorgeous, the Gotham City looks gothic, and it looks like something that is taken out straight from the video games. At the same time, it feels absolutely grounded and realistic, something which The Dark Knight did quite successfully. It is also going to be the first live-action Batman movie to focus heavily on Batman's detective aspect. The Dark Knight may still be the better movie, but the Batman might turn out to be the better comic book movie, or let's say the better Batman movie. Overall, I feel this movie is going to be discussed and talked about for a long time to come, which is a win for Warner Brothers and DC. Number 2. The return of Batman in cinemas. It has been almost 10 years since we last had a Batman movie, if you exclude Batman v Superman and Justice League, because they were technically a sequel for Superman's Man of Steel, where Batman was technically a side character. Batman is DC and Warner Brothers' most profitable and popular character. And a return of the Caped Crusader on the big screen means only good things for Warner Brothers and DC. They have had a really rough few years since 2017's Justice League. Honestly, the DCEU is in a state of mess right now, and DC have lost a lot of their fan base due to their poor performances of their movies in the past few years. I feel the Batman, although not set in the DCEU, can be the turning point for DC and WB. Although my favorite Batman is Ben Affleck, and probably he will always be, but I have to admit he suffered heavily from poor writing, and eventually he never got to become the Batman of the masses, or let's say the Batman which was truly embraced by the general audiences. So, we have not had a good Batman movie for years at this point, and fans are dying to see the Caped Crusader back on the big screen once again. And WB will really like to use this as a turning point to really get things back on the track. Number 3. It looks like this Batman movie is really going back and embracing what makes DC movies so popular in the first place. DC has always done well when they truly embrace the dark, gritty, and realistic nature in their movies. All of their masterpiece movies truly embrace the darkness and brutality. We can talk about Joker 2019, and how brutal and dark it was, or the new Suicide Squad movie, Watchmen 2009, and of course the Dark Knight trilogy. All of these movies were some of the best movies DC has ever put out. And all of them embraced and truly owned what we know and love about DC so much. And this is exactly what the Batman is going for by the looks of the trailers and all the TV spots and posters that we have seen so far. Number 4. Start of a new cinematic universe. I am not talking about another DCEU kind of a universe here. I am not talking about another Justice League movie, but I am talking about the Gotham cinematic universe that is going to start off from this movie. So far it is almost confirmed that we are getting a GCPD spin-off show, a Penguin mini-series, and also most likely a Catwoman mini-series, all related to Matt Reeves' The Batman. And I am super excited. The DCEU has been a mess so far. Of course we had some really good movies set in the DCEU like Wonder Woman or Shazam, but overall it failed to make a cohesive and good connected universe, which I hope we do get after the Flash movie. But Warner Brothers and DC have the chance to make another live-action cinematic universe based off this Batman movie now. And this could be the chance for Warner Brothers to really get back the interest of comic book fans back once again. They can truly learn from the mistakes of the DCEU and try and fix them in this new Gotham cinematic universe. Number 5. Creative freedom to directors. So I believe that Warner Brothers and DC have been giving a lot of freedom to their directors, like we saw in the case of Joker 2019, or the new Suicide Squad movie, both of them being R-rated. Warner Brothers agreed to release the Snyder Cut last year, which was over 4 hours long. And now it is official that the Batman is going to be 3 hours long. So it clearly means Warner Brothers are not afraid to take risks, and have given Matt Reeves a free pass to implement his creative vision. And this approach is really working well for DC. Joker 2019 was incredibly successful, the Suicide Squad was heavily praised by critics and fans, and Zack Snyder's Justice League really turned out to be one of the best streaming movies of all time. So, I think Warner Brothers have learned a lesson from the failures of Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad 2016, both of which were heavily edited and cut down in order to fit the tone and decrease the overall runtime. I think Warner Brothers have truly made their minds to not interfere in any movies going forward, and I feel the Batman is another solid step in that direction. Number 6. Return to standalone movies. One of the things we have missed truly ever since the start of this new era of shared cinematic universes is good standalone comic book movies like the Sam Raimi trilogy, or the Tim Burton Batman movies, the Dark Knight trilogy, or even the X-Men movies. I think there is something special about standalone movies that cannot be depicted in a shared cinematic universe. In standalone movies, the director can truly focus on the development of one particular character and make him the entire focus of the plot without having to worry about any continuity issues. This is the reason why we love Tobey Maguire so much as Spider-Man, or Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and so on. So I am really glad that the Batman is taking us back to that era once again. So that is all I had to say in this video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.